Hi everybody, I hope you're doing great and are coming along nicely and have kind of got a hang of the course and how things are running. What I wanted to do today is kind of go over plagiarism and citing sources. As you can see, we've kind of started off on that early on in the semester, so now hopefully you're getting kind of a more nuanced understanding of it. So what's really most important in plagiarism is, number one, just not copying and pasting basically from a source, okay? What I always advise students is really when you use a source material, is the easiest thing to do when you're writing is to paraphrase. Paraphrase whatever you find from a source that you find helpful. Use that source material and translate it rather in your own words, but also cite that source, of course. When you paraphrase, you use your own words to describe the source, and you cite that source at the end of every sentence where you paraphrase. Okay, and typically your in-text citation includes the author's last name and the page number. If it's an online source that doesn't have any page numbers, then you just include the author's last name. In the event that there's not an author, and every once in a while when you find sources, like say in some databases, online databases, you'll include the article's title in quotations. Okay, so every once in a while you'll see that, but typically it's the author's last name and page number. When you paraphrase, you include that at the end, the in-text citation at the end of every sentence where you paraphrase from the source. Easiest way to do it. Keeps you from plagiarizing. If you quote very sparingly. It's difficult a lot of times when you drop a quotation in the middle of a paragraph. There's two different voices then speaking in a paragraph, and a lot of times you have a lot to explain in a paragraph when you drop a quotation down in there. A quotation is the direct language from the source. You use quotation marks, you include your in-text citation at the end of the quotation. Okay, all right, so for every source that you use in your writing, you have to include the source's in-text citation and its works cited. You can't have one without the other. It's a pairing, it's a marriage, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so to prevent from plagiarism, in your writing, when you use a source, you have to have its in-text citation and its works cited at the end of the page. Okay, super, super important. And there's a really awesome video link that I included, how to protect yourself from plagiarizing through the art of paraphrasing or something like that. It's a really, really amazing link. I always suggest that students paraphrase their sources. Okay, recycling is a thing these days. You cannot recycle any of your writing from one class to the next or to another. All right, that's called recycling. You can't do that. You get one grade for one writing. All right, so every once in a while, some of you are interested kind of in the same topic from one class to the next, and that's fine. I would run that by your professor. I've had, unfortunately, an issue of recycling more than once. Okay, so do not recycle, not a good idea. It is cheating. Okay, so any questions on plagiarizing? We, at this institution, we use SafeAssign. We also use Turnitin, and they work from institution to institution. So if you are here at Richland and you go over to UTD or SMU or somewhere else, It's a big database, and it works from one institution to the next. Be careful of plagiarism checkers, online plagiarism checkers. They're not that great. I had a student long ago who very, very obviously plagiarized. The Safe Assign report lit up like a Christmas tree on my end. And this student came to me and said, oh, but my plagiarism checker that I used online said that I didn't plagiarize. And I had to show this student the obvious, and it didn't turn out well for this student. So be careful. Just because a plagiarism checker says that you didn't plagiarize doesn't mean that you did not know that, you know how not to plagiarize. And we expect you not to. Okay? So just don't plagiarize, and don't rely on a plagiarism checker. Just know how not to plagiarize and don't do it. And if you have any questions, come to me. I don't judge. If you don't understand something, I will help you. So don't recycle, don't plagiarize, don't use another student's paper, all of those things. Every once in a while that happens. That's not a good thing, because everybody then gets in trouble. Aside from that, I think that's it. That's all the things that I have to offer you today. Have a great one, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.